go. Many systems are playing out at this time on your human sojourn on this physical plane. None of them have been set in motion or set as a default, because you are moving towards these different timelines and finding your way as to which one do you really want, which one serves the highest good. Yes, there are multiple timelines that you would call good, multiple timelines that you would say are not good, multiple timelines where you're in a neutrality, where it is neither good nor bad. But your collective souls at this time want to move to something that is far better than what you have, far better in every way, from working with humans, working with money, working with your spirituality on all levels. You desire to go to a place of peace and love and harmony, where there is no more controllers, governments, whatever you wish to call them. This is your dream. This is your goal. This is the timeline that you're all aiming for. But it also has 2 or 3 different directions it can go in. And you are finding your way. You're finding your footing to get to that timeline. So much is happening on so many areas of your collective souls at this time. All is coming into a reality that you can actually see and feel. It is coming very, very soon to you. Yes, what you would call the dark or the cabal are falling away and losing their power. That is a definite on your earth plane, on your physical plane. So what do you do with this new life that you have? What do you do with this new timeline that you are creating that has already been set in motion? Are you going to embrace this new timeline? Or are many of you going to try to hang on to the old ways, to the old materialism, to the old 3D? Your biggest quest here at this moment is letting go of the old ways. That's a very difficult thing for you because you've been doing it for generations. To let go of that physicality of having to have money and food and subsistence and governments and all of these systems that were created on your planet. As a collective, you wish to remove some of that, but so many of you are still clinging to the materialism. And that is probably one of your greatest challenges at this time, because it's been so entrenched into your societies, is to hang on to things and materialism. So many of you are still hanging on to these anchors, and we call them anchors because they really do hold you back. The fact that you want to have lots of money, a big home, a successful career, all of these things are only the 3D paradigm that you wish to move forward from. For where you're going, you will not have this materialism. You will not have this money. You will not have this ego to be supreme over your fellow man by saying, I am wealthy and you're not. This mentality is having to go. But so many of your humans on your planet are still stuck in that 3D, and they're actually holding the rest of you back in some ways. But so they have their separate timeline. For those that do not wish to let go of all the materialism and the 3D way of life, will have to pick that timeline because they're not ready to move forward. Where those of you who have let go of the materialism moved forward on your spiritual paths, you will be able to embrace the new energies, the new timelines. For this is where you're going. This is your destiny. You have already chosen what you want and where you want to be. That is a given. This cannot be stopped. This is in your higher consciousness, is in your higher desires to be there. This is where you're going. So this great transition, and we can call it a split. We can call it separate timelines, where those of the 3D who want to cling to their 3D ways are going to follow that timeline. They've made their decision. This is where they're going. But for those of you of the light who are spiritual, who have embraced the new ways and the new energies and have let go of those 3D densities and materialism, your timeline is already on track. It's coming, and it's coming soon. Yes, there's many lives will be lost. Lives will be not totally lost. We're calling about a separation, where some will just leave and some will stay. That's all it is. Look at it as in this form. This is what it is. So much is coming to you in the next 6 months. Massive changes that you thought you've been waiting for such a long time. You are literally breaking through the veil. You're breaking through and letting go of those 3D densities that hold you back, including the corruptions and the governments and the banking, all of it, and their medical system, all of it. You are breaking through, for it has no hold on you of the light anymore. You are on your path, and nothing can stop you on your path. They will have to play, those of the dark, those of the 3D realms will have to play out this continually on their future paths in many generations and many more lifetimes before they can understand and come to the realization that they're ready to come to the light, to the 5th, 6th, 7th dimension. Your path is already chosen. Your path is already on track. Yes, there's going to be some turmoil. Yes, there's going to be some weather changes on your planet. And yes, as Danny said, you will be taken off planet for your safety for undetermined amount of time. Some of you are not coming back to this planet, for your work is done. You'll be going directly to 5D. But some of you still have work to do to help this planet. You are, to say the word, chosen ones, who are here to assist those what you call the sleepy ones to learn the spiritual ways and to help them, assist them in their healings and assist them in moving forward so they can come to the 5th dimension also. Do you have any questions?
Yes, thank you for that transmission. I would like to ask about the children coming in at this time. Is there a flux of high vibrating children coming in to assist for a very short period of time? Or have we passed that?
They have been coming to your planet for some time, as you call them, star seeds. For the last decade or so, you call them star seeds. They're very old souls, they're very advanced souls. But yes, there is a flood of new ones, and these new ones that are here is to bring you up, is to bring up your critical mass. For when you pass that critical mass, there is no stopping it. It is going to be pushing you up to those next higher levels as you believe them to be, the other levels of consciousness. So yes, they are here to bump you up, to add energy to a push, so as to say, as to push you forward and to give you that acceleration to move forward into that direction that you are going. They are here as a boost, as you may say, to bring that energy higher and to give you a more greater push as their vibration is high, as their level of consciousness is high. And they may not stay here. Many of them will not stay here for very long, as you said. That is correct.
Thank you. Now, the contract that Malak has had, is it true that he had a contract for 5,000 years and is now up in having to hand over the torch to the light? And are we in that now?
You are in this time of the great change, the great shift, the ending of an era, the ending of that darkness that was here for you. Yes, it was horrific. Yes, it was very difficult. And yes, it was showing you the difference between the dark and the light. That time frame is over. It's coming to an end very, very quickly. As Danny has spoken about earlier, Morlock has to go. That energy, if you want to call it, of that being is going to be gone off your plane, period. Done, over with, very, very soon. It could even be in April. Because you are ready, the time frame for Morlock to be here to assist you in learning what the dark is and what the light is and the polarities is over. For you have learned your lessons and you are moving forward from this. He's no longer needed and his time is up. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that's great. Thank you. And are we still dealing with souls that are having to clear karma?
I see there is different types of karma. There is collective karma. There's own personal karma. We see that over 90% of all the karma has been dealt with on your planet, on this plane. There's very little left. What Danny sees for April is part of that karmic debt that needs to be paid. It may come in many forms. Some of them, as Danny sees, is the loss of life. That is part of it. There's different levels of karmas as that we can explain to you. But yes, they are all being dealt with. They're all being resolved. We're going to use the word resolved. And we come to an era where it's closing, where no more karma will be created. So all the past, if we want to use the phrase past lives, past times of those karmic debts are now coming to a close right now. Very, very soon, they will all be lifted off your planet, all of them. Because they are of a low vibration, because they hold you back, and this higher vibration that's on your planet, higher frequencies, these karmas cannot move forward past that. It is a barrier for the karma. The karma can no longer go. So it has to go because you are accelerating up this frequency ladder. And this frequency ladder will not allow the lower densities, the lower frequencies to come with you. And karma is one of those. You should have recorded this.
Oh, I am.
Are you really?
I am.
Wow. This is really
So,
good.
Also, how many timelines are Danny and I playing out at the same time? Not timelines, dimensions. How many dimensions are we playing out at the same time at this time?
Multiple dimensions. There are also sub-dimensions. This has not been spoken about before. We're going to call it subsections of a dimension. So you may say that, well, I'm in the 6th, 7th, 8th dimension, but there's sub-dimensions inside of those. So you could actually be talking about 10, 12, 15 total in only those 3 dimensions. There's sub-dimensions inside of that.
Wow.
So as you move, and a lot of it is to do with your frequency and where your desires are. Where do you wish to go? Are you finished with where you are now and your desire is to go to the next stage? Much like when you go to your universities, you do the basic courses, but you have a desire to move forward and take a higher level of course and continue your schooling. And so you can pick that and say, I desire to go to that next stage of my university courses, and I am ready and I desire to go there. This is what you can imagine what these subsections of these dimensions are. So there's, if you want to call it a low, a medium, and a high level of, say, the 6th dimension. As you enter into the 6th dimension, you enter into the lower level of this dimension. And there's much to experience there, and there's much to learn there. And when you feel you're ready, you can move up to the middle section of that 6th dimension. And when you're ready and your time is there and you desire to move forward, you can move up to the highest level of the 6th dimension to experience it fully. And when you're done that, and when you feel that you're ready and your desire to move forward, you can move to the lower 7th dimension. So when you ask a question like how many dimensions, it's kind of a complicated question. As I see for you, if you want to count the subsections for Lucie, it's 18. A total of 18. So we see it as roughly 3 or 4 different subsections in each dimension. So if we say 18, we're looking at roughly 4 to 5 different dimensions that you're looking at. Now for Danny, we see 21. Danny is involved in 21 dimensions and subdimensions. He's working on many different levels. You are both very close. You're both very advanced beings. And you're able to communicate between the different dimensions also. But you're here in a physical form to help this planet, for your knowledge is great and your abilities are great. And you are serving a great purpose with your podcast.
Wow, thank you for saying that, because I completely forgot about the subsections in every dimension. So, wow, you just refreshed my memory on all that. So yes, it's like school in the dimensions. Awesome. So also I had another question regarding Atlantis and the crystals and the gems that are hidden in the earth. And will they be surfacing soon? I hear Arkansas, the mountains of Arkansas, even in the tunnels of the waters of Arkansas are very loaded with a lot of crystals. And will that be in this lifetime? Will that be shown to us?
Much as we use the phrase coming to the surface, whether it's knowledge or whether it's in the physical realm, those things of the under the earth, some call the inner earth. May we expand on this a little bit? Also, the inner earth beings will be coming to the surface to mingle with you and work with you. That is part of all of this that is happening on your planet. But also the energies of the inner earth, the frequencies that they use, the crystals that they use that are down there, and some are surfacing, like you say. This is separate from the crystal skulls that you may talk about as a whole nother subject. Yes, these frequencies and these crystals are all about frequency and about bringing to pass the vibrational lift of planet Earth for her ascension. For Mother Earth has to ascend, just as the people, the humans on this, have to ascend. So these frequencies and these crystals that hold these frequencies and vibrations have to be brought out to the open, for lack of a better phrase, activated. Let's use the word activated at this time. And yes, will we see them? Yes. Will we be involved with them? Not directly. Only those that are crystal performers. We're going to use crystal beings that know how to work with them. Danny is one of them. He does it in a small way. He has the ability to activate some of them. He's already done some of that work. But there's other beings on the planet whose job is strictly to work with the crystals and the frequencies and energies of those crystals. That is their task here on this planet. So much as this is coming to fruit as we speak, as this vibrational ladder of this planet is climbing so fast, it's accelerating. Also, the crystal skulls on your planet will be brought forward in an energy of information and knowledge, because they have so much to share with us. This will be coming in your fairly new future. We can't give you a timeline on that because the timelines are moving and they're in flux, they're dynamic, and it is very difficult to say a certain day or certain time when this will happen, because you as a human race are deciding on this. Your collective soul is accelerating the timelines, and it's as you who are making this happen. You are having full control of the throttle. This is you. You have your foot on the pedal, and you are controlling the speed of the vehicle, this vehicle of this ascension. and you are controlling it, not God, not the galactics. You have full control of what you're going, where you're going, and how fast you go there. So this is out of our hands. It is fully in your hands. So you're controlling the speed. So it's very difficult to pinpoint a timeline. Is it going to be 6 months from now? Is it going to be 6 years from now? You have full control of that throttle. But it is coming, and it is yours to have.
So there's a lot of talk about Atlantis. Will more of that be surfaced or more be revealed around that? And they're also finding a lot more buried cities. I don't know what kind of question I have around that.
We understand. More will be revealed. All this ancient knowledge, the truth of your history, it will be coming out soon. It is coming out in dribs and drabs, as you know. All the ancient knowledge has been on tablets and on scrolls, and in the human being who has carried this down from generations. Danny will be involved in some of this, of exposing or releasing some of this knowledge, as you call it, ancient history, ancient knowledge about from Atlantis, Lemuria, all these ancient races, their technology, their way of being will be exposed in dribs and drabs because it's too much for you all to handle at one time. It will be brought out gradually, much like school. We're going to have to take you from kindergarten to grade 1. We're going to have to take you from grade 1 to grade 2, because this knowledge is immense, immense knowledge about physics, about molecules, about science, about the way the energies of this planet really do work and how to harness them. All of that is coming out. Yes, the ancient knowledge of Atlantis. There are beings here on your planet already who are reincarnated from Atlantis. You may know of some of them. They will step forward with their knowledge and their skills to assist in explaining the technologies and the way of life that Atlantis had achieved. And that will be brought into your consciousness when you are ready, but it will be done in dribs and drabs, so to speak. We have to walk you through it slowly, because this is a great paradigm shift for you in your consciousness and your mind. But your mind and your brains will expand, and it'll be easier to take on this information. As it is right now, your brains are at a point where it's very difficult for them to take on this kind of information, so much of this information. So your minds will be, we'll call them morphed or increased or embellished with new energy, so they can actually comprehend the information that's going to unfold in front of you. You will be able to comprehend this in the very near future. This is all coming to you. This is all about revelation, of bringing back all that was lost, all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all of it, all the technologies, all of it that's been suppressed and hidden and kept from you all these centuries. It's all coming. It's all coming.
Beautiful. And this full moon that's about to take place tomorrow night, what significance does this full moon bring us?
As every astrological thing, and also you have also the equinox coming very soon. These are all astronomical shifts, and we're going to call them gateways. Every time one of these happens, it opens up another area, another door. Imagine going through a hallway where there are many doors. And as you go down to the end where you wish to have your final landing strip, your position, you have to walk through several doors to get there. This is one of those doors that is opening for you, so you can step forward into getting closer to your end game, closer to your destination. So this is what the moon, full moon, and your equinoxes do for you. But then there's also the frequencies that come from your sun and from the cosmos, frequencies that come in gamma rays and light codes and other names you may want to call them, that are being bombarded onto your planet to assist you in going through more doors, through more gateways to get it closer to your destination. They all play a small part in this. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that's very good. Thank you. And can you tell us anything about Dolores Cannon in her role at this time?
She has been, because of her vibration and who she is, she's overseeing a lot of this on your planet. She is speaking through several souls here on the planet, for she gives them information telepathically. She assists them. These are people that are not in the out in the open. They're not on the internet. They're not one of your channelers. The odd channeler can pick up on her information, but she's working directly through a number of humans on this planet, assisting them in the information and knowledge of what is going to happen. And they will come forward in the near future to explain all of this, what they know, and how they can assist us. So Diane Carroll is Cannon, is explaining to me right at this moment. This is her job. She's one of the ancient ones. She came here with great knowledge. She is one of the ancient ones. And she came here to assist you, to get you going there when she started channeling and being on stage, for all of you to start the process, to get you prepared and to start filling your minds with this idea of your ascension, where you're going, who you are, what you're here for. She played a vital role in this. She was one of the few that came forward to incarnate on this planet, to assist you in getting the ball rolling, getting the information out, getting that knowledge that you need to know about who you really are and where this planet is going as a collective. She is still playing a role. She's still very active.
Incredible, amazing. And are we still good to ask more questions?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so Danny has come across some information regarding this woman, Kara, with the releasing the spell.
The bondage, whatever.
On the birth certificate. Is this something that we need to do at this time, or will it clear itself?
As we see it, it is not necessary because of where you're going and the momentum that you have as a collective. For those that feel it would be a good idea to do it now, go right ahead. But we feel it is not necessary. I mean, search, feel for yourself. Is this something that I would assist me in ascending a little quicker, or freeing me up a little more? By all means, it's a personal thing for each and every one of you, is to go within and see, is it for you? Is it needed? Would it assist you? Would it help speed up your process of ascension? It's a very individual thing, because where the planet stands now and the systems that are collapsing in front of your eyes, we see that it's not a necessary thing. For those of you who are the very advanced souls, the high vibrational souls, you don't really need it. But for those that are of a lower vibration, who are, you might call the younger souls, it would be an advantage for them. It's all very personal.
Beautiful, thank you for that. And of course, my last question, and my favorite person in the world, Franco.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you able to say hello? And does he have anything? Is he able to come through at this time? And does he have anything to say?
Yes, he does. He says, get on with it. He said, it's time. He says, in a pleasant way, he's pushing. He said, go, people, go. Do what you came here to do. It's your time. Do not hesitate. Do not procrastinate. Do your work. Do your visions. Do your prayers. Do what it takes. This is your final time to break through the final darkness on your planet. And he's there in many different ways, energetically and etherically assisting. Many of these high vibrational beings are here, like Diane Cannon, assisting in the background. And Franco is one of those. And he says, your destiny is already unfolding directly in front of you. There is no stopping it. There is no stopping it.
So more coaching online, more bringing people together, more clearings. And
You can never do enough healings. The healing energies and the prayers are so important. We suggest to you on every one of your podcasts to do some prayer work.
Okay. So
it's very important to keep those high vibrations going.
So you see the bridge call turning into something that could be very useful to the planet?
Very much so. You two high vibrational beings, the two of you who are running this is your destiny. This is going to be a beacon of light, like all the other podcasts that have large followings. You will be there also.
Wow.
And you will have guests on your show. And we'll be going, as you like to use the phrase, going down the rabbit hole, because this information needs to get out. It holds a vibration, and that vibration helps those of the lower vibrations to bring them up. Every time you do a podcast, you're sending out a vibration to the planet. Even though you have a very small following, that vibration is helping the planet rise up. So imagine it's like you're helping them with a prayer in a way, where that vibration is lifting the entire consciousness. Every one of you groups that do podcasts and any of these things that you do on the internet are helping the planet raise vibrationally. All of you are a piece of the puzzle, and all of these puzzles are very important. And your puzzle is very important to the planet, because Lucie and Danny hold a very high vibration, and that vibration comes through your podcasts. It's very important to continue. You're playing a vital role.
Thank you for that. Yeah, because we have a lot of technical issues between Wi-Fi's and computers. Are we supposed to continue this? But I do know that we are a strong force, that we've come together to do this. But of course, I have no idea how this is all going to go, and if we'll ever get that Zoom call working.
Perfect. Optimally, yes.
Yes. So I have one more personal question. Lately, the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of people surrounding me, around me, that are in anxious mode, fear mode, breakdown mode. Am I being used here? Is this my role to be in this circle, or do I need to work to move out of this circle?
Are you saying to avoid these people?
Yes. Do I?
In some cases, it's definitely a yes. I mean, you would have to pick and choose which ones that this person is not learning their lessons. They're repeating over and over again, and there's nothing I can do to help them. That it is time to pull away.
Right.
But for those that you can see and feel that they are learning, they are starting to grasp, they are starting to move forward, that they are doing the work, by all means, assist them. Yes, this is a time of great divide, a great division. And many of you of the light will have to say goodbye to those, because they're not willing to move forward. Right. And they're actually, in many ways, the phrase that you tend to use on your planet is energy vampires, and that they are going to suck your energy down, and you will have to make the decision to break away. It's just not fruitful to be with them anymore. We understand it's difficult as humans to say goodbye to some, because in your heart, you wish to help them, but they are not doing the work and they are not moving forward. They're in their pain mode. They're in their deep emotional distress mode. And all you can really do for them is send them love and prayers. And if it need be, you have to separate yourself from them. You have to separate from them. It's that important.
That
And
important.
and to stay with those that you feel are actually willing to do the work and who are actually healing their emotions, healing their traumas, who are embracing the light and are coming online, so to speak. And it'll be a very personal thing between your friends. Some you'll be able to keep, some it's best that you let them go. And that's not a bad thing.
Right.
Danny knows this from experience. He's had to let go of many people.
Right. Okay, I appreciate everything that you've shared with us today. And is there anything else that you would like to say regarding Danny or myself?
Know that the system is collapsing in front of your eyes, that this agendas of harm, this I know on Danny's mind, he wishes to know more about the financial aspect of this all. That is coming, because that is part of the Great Awakening. That's part of the liberation of your planet, is to liberate you all from your debt system, debt slavery, and to put money in your pocket so that none of you have to suffer, none of you have live in a poverty mentality anymore. This is definitely coming this year. Much of the system is going to collapse because it's corrupt of these financial institutions, your banks, even your stock markets. So know that this will be a rough time for a little while, and it'll all break through for the highest good of all. And this will bring a relief to all of you when it comes to debt and how we are going to pay your bills. Danny already has been told that the price of everything that you buy will be dropping significantly. It'll be much easier for all of you to live on an income. These, if you want to call it abundance, of financial abundances are coming for all of you on this planet, because it needs to be taken care of, because you're all, many of you are, the word is suffering from this fight of how do I pay my bills? How am I going to eat today? Do I have to let go of my place because I can't afford it anymore? All of these 3D things about surrounding money and a system is now coming to a close.
Right.
All of it. All of it. So
Okay.
keep your hearts open. Look to the future, which is so bright. That future is actually here. All of it. Yes, expect that there still will be some turmoil. There'll be a lot of upset people on the planet. For those who are not embracing the light, who are still asleep. And yes, there'll be many people leaving your planet, as you know, in the next year to two. Many people leaving your planet. And to keep your head calm and at peace, because it's going to be, in many ways, a difficult time to handle, but it's all in divine order. Those that are not of this planet, those that are you call clones, that you call the background people, have to leave. It's their time. They will be leaving very, very soon, en masse. And it's up to you that are of the light to hold that space, to be that calm, to be that stone that people can hang on to, that it's okay. Everything is fine. Everything's going to work out well. This is one of your main jobs, is to hold that ground, to hold that peace, to hold that light on this planet, because many people will be very distraught. This is one of your jobs, to be the calm in the storm.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. collective, Mother, Father, God, angels, guides, galactic beings, all of you that are here. I don't know how many Danny called in.
We all, I call them all in. As we watch you in your evolution here, it brings us great joy to see what's happening to you on a collective level. It's a beautiful, beautiful time in your history. Yes, it's torn with some losses. Yes, we understand that. But in the end game, at the end of this so-called tunnel, is nothing but beauty, peace, harmony, joy. All the things that you desire are there in front of you, right in front of you. And we are in such joy of watching you blossom like the beautiful flower that you are. This flower is blossoming on your planet on a collective level. And it is an absolute joy to assist and watch you grow and expand to that beautiful light that you are, that beacon of light, that piece of the Creator that you are. We are all here for you. We are all supporting you.
I actually have one more question. Is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Is Danny supposed to go to Ireland?
We do not see that. Danny's intuition is correct. Stay away. We will not tell you anymore. All we will say is do not go. Do not go. We send you all of our love and all our prayers and all our energies here, for we are your brothers and sisters, just in a different form. And we are all here celebrating your liberation and the fact that you're going to a much higher plane of existence. We are here for you. We send you great love. Namaste.
Thank you.
We wish to thank all those wonderful beings that came in here today. We are forever grateful using me as a channel at this time. We are so grateful for your knowledge and what you do for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad you recorded that. Wow.
I had a feeling.
Maybe we'll have to play it on Wednesday night.
Yeah, or we could upload it.
Oh, directly. One thing I want to talk to you about are when you post our podcasts,